Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Shawnie. Thanks for joining me. And today our focus is going to be on the kidney meridian to detox and bring ourselves into a neutral state of balance. So if you have your 2 blocks, go ahead and have those handy. You might want to use those as we progress. We'll start standing. Your feet can be hip width distance or more, whatever is comfortable. And we're gonna start to hinge at the hips. Hands can be flat on the mat if that feels best. You can take ragdoll arms, or if you want to start with your blocks, you can have them at the lowest setting, second setting, or highest setting, your choice, and you can rest your hands on there. That's just going to elevate you a little bit higher. We hold these postures anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, give or take on the posture. So if you ever need to exit and come into child's pose, you're more than welcome to do so. Take a quick breath or 2 and then come back into it. That's totally fine. No right or wrong as long as there's no pain. And once I get us set up in our postures, I'll just leave it into some silence and let the music play. Yin doesn't have a whole lot of talking. We are halfway through. If you'd like to make any adjustments, maybe you change the grip of your arms, add or remove blocks. Three more breaths here. If you're using blocks, go ahead and set those off to the side. If your arms are in a cross, unhook the arms, place the hands down on the mat. Bring a nice generous bend into the knees and slowly start to lower down for Malasana. Feet turn out to both sides. Hands come to heart center. If you do want to use a block, you can tuck a block at the edge toward the back of your mat and use that to sit on. Otherwise, slowly start to let your hips sink down naturally toward the bottom of your mat. Halfway through, if you want to make any adjustments, you can bring a block to the front of the mat and set your hands down on the block, or maybe use the block to the back of your mat. Four more breaths. If you're using a block for support, slowly start to hinge forward. Remove the block. Slowly lower down into a seat. We'll lower down onto our back briefly. For a recovery posture, you can either take pentacle, letting your arms and your legs open out wide like a starfish, or if your back is feeling a little bit tender, stamp your feet down on your mat, knock your knees in together for constructed rest. Leave your left foot stamped down on your mat. Cross your right leg over for figure 4. Halfway through, if you'd like to make any adjustments, you can always grab a block and place it underneath the left foot. For a little bit more of a stretch, you can lift the left leg off of the mat. Thread your arms through to grab the back of the left leg and slowly start to pull the legs closer in toward the chest. 4 more breaths. If your left leg is lifted off of the mat, slowly start to release the grip with the hands on the back, lower down the left leg, uncross the right leg, tee out the arms, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Switching out the legs, right leg stamps down on your mat, left leg crosses over. Halfway through, if you'd like to make any adjustments. 4 more breaths. If your right foot is up on a block, slowly remove the block. If your right foot is lifted off of the mat, slowly start to release the grip. Unhook your left leg, tee out the arms, windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll along the length of your spine if that feels good. Otherwise, slowly begin to sit up using your hands. Right leg will extend out long. Left leg will come in. Can use a block if you like. Place that on the inside of the right leg. Start to turn your torso to face the right side of the room. And walk your hands out long in front for half butterfly. Can rest your head down on a block if that feels good, or let your head be heavy. halfway through if you'd like to make any adjustments. Maybe you add or remove a block. If you'd like to get into the left shoulder, you can take a half bind. Left hand reaches for the small of the back. Four more breaths here. If you're in a half bind, slowly start to release the left arm down. If you have a block on the inside of the right leg, remove that off to the side. Take your left leg out long. Shake out the legs, let that go. You can always move down onto the forearms and windshield wiper the legs from side to side to get a deeper twist in the lower back. And we'll make our way back up to a seat, switching out. Start to release down. Forehead can rest on a block or hang heavy. During some of these longer holds, you might feel some deep sensation come up. That's perfectly okay. There is no right or wrong in these postures as long as there's no sharp pain. halfway through if you'd like to make any adjustments. Maybe you add or remove a block if you'd like a little bit more. And the shoulder. Take your right hand to the small of your back. Four more breaths. If you're in a half bind, slowly start to release the right arm. If you still have a block on the inside of the left leg, remove the block off to the side. Take your right leg, send it out long to meet the left. Shake out your legs. Lower down onto the forearms. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Slowly start to push yourself back up. Swing your legs to the right or the left side of the mat. Coming into a tabletop position to set up for puppy dog. Hips can stay lifted if that feels best, or you can start to sink them back toward the heels. Arms extend out long. Chin can come down to the mat if that feels good, or your forehead can go down on the mat. You can always put a block at your chest to help bring the floor closer to you if that feels better.
Halfway through, if you'd like to make any adjustments, if you'd like to get into the shoulders a little bit more, you can start to bring the hands closer together, stamping the elbows down on the mat, coming into prayer hands, and stamping your thumbs at the base of your neck. Four more breaths. If you're in prayer grip, slowly start to release your hands flat back down to the mat. Walk your hands out so there's a small slither of space. Slowly start to push yourself forward.
Walking your hands back underneath you so the shoulders are in line with the wrists. We'll move through a couple of cat-cows to release that posture. Inhale, cow, lower your belly, pull your heart through. Exhale, cat, round and curl. Two more times. Inhale, cow, lower the belly. Exhale, cat, round and curl, chin tucks into the chest. Last time through, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, round and curl. Start to bring your big toes to touch, knees knock out wide. Child's pose, hips can stay lifted, or start to send the hips down toward the heels. Slowly start to release the upper body down to the mat. Fingertips extend to the top of your space. Halfway through, if you'd like to adjust, maybe you stay right where you are. If you'd like a slightly different variation in child's pose, take your arms off of the mat to both sides so your arms come into a V shape. And your chin can rest down on the mat, or you can release the forehead down to the mat, whatever feels best. Three more breaths. If your arms are out wide, slowly start to bring them back together. Slowly taking your time. Extend the legs out long, lower down onto the belly, untuck the tops of the feet. We'll let go of that posture by coming into crocodile. Either the right or the left hand can stack on top. Forehead rests down on the hands. Slowly start to bring your hands, walk them underneath the shoulders, keeping the feet flat on the mat. Come into Sphinx. If you need a little bit more cushion on the elbows, you can fold the top of your mat. Making sure that the elbows are in line with one another. Halfway through, if you'd like to adjust, maybe you stay right where you are. Maybe you'd like to take seal, start to push into your hands, start to walk your hands closer to your body. You can have a slight bend in the elbows so you don't hyperextend the arms. Four more breaths. If you're in seal, start to bend the elbows and slowly lower down onto the mat. If you're in Sphinx, start to walk your hands out to the side, taking any last wiggles or fidgets that your body is asking you for. Maybe you windshield wiper the legs from side to side one final time. Maybe you come back into child's pose, crocodile, whatever you need here. And when you're ready, you can take belly down Shavasana, or if you'd like to take traditional Shavasana, go ahead and flip onto your back like a pancake. Take up lots of space here. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe you take some small circles with the wrists and ankles, one direction and then the other. Rolling onto either the right or the left side. Coming into a brief fetal position. In your own time, making your way back into a seated position. Hands come to heart center, sitting up nice and tall. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday evening to do something so good for your mind, your body, and your soul. You are beautiful, brave, brilliant, and bold. Be badass every day. From my wild heart to yours. Namaste. Awesome. Go ahead and stop the music. Perfect. Unmute you here for just a second. Perfect. And then really quick, last thing that I have is an announcement. There is a workshop opportunity on October 24th. If you are interested, it'll be 2 to 4. It is going to be put on by Margaret James, and she is an Ayurveda practitioner. And primarily what this workshop is dealing with is helping with any sleep patterns or habits that you might have just to help improve the sleep. That is going to be at Elite Dance Academy. If you are interested in doing that in person in Broomfield, that is going to be $40 for in person. It's also going to be online as well through Zoom, and that is going to be $30 if you're interested in that. Both of those signups are on the website, so you can sign up for that if you're interested. Otherwise, that's everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next Sunday.
Thank you.